All right. Time to catch more vibes. Time to catch another vibe. Maybe a wine. Vidojean, Oliver Loin, TJ Drift. Banger of a track. This one is a hit. This one comes out this Friday, August 1st on Warner Music US. Drift. Hold on to your seats, man. This one is like that. All right. So before we press play on this one, I did speak to Vidojean. I caught up with the hit maker whilst he was at home in Sweden in the studio. I think he was about to cook up something, as he does. He just spared a few minutes to speak to me, talk about this record, talk about his recent travels, music production, and some great advice for you young producers watching. Here's the conversation. All right, we're here with Vidojean, fresh off of Tomorrowland. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up, bro? Good to be here. Good to do this thing with you. Back in Sweden, weather is how it's always is. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah,
we're productive, bro. We're super productive over here in the
nice
studio.
one.
You know how it is, bro. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I was just gonna say I always kind of see you in the studio whenever you're home, right? Not around the world DJing. You're always kind of in the studio making music, working hard. What's your workflow usually when you're in the studio? Or how do you feel productive in a studio session?
I mean, like it's so hard. Like recently, I've been traveling a lot, right? So I've been starting up new projects on the go, even like either at like airports, lounges, or at the air, at the like during the flights or at the
Yeah.
hotels. But like what we usually do is like me and Oliver. People are asking like, "Where's Oliver?" And like he's still in the picture. We're still making music together, right?
Yeah.
So what we do is either one of us starts up a new project, works, and when we get to the point where one of us is like, kind of got us stuck here or whatever, we just send the project over, and the next one continues, and then we go back and forth. Uh, like we never actually meet each other. We live in the same city, right? But we always do either just sending the projects over, or we do sometimes like live online sessions where we either, you know, go through some mixing, arrangements, taking like bigger decisions around songs.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I would say that is basically the way we work.
Yeah.
Um,
So there isn't really a one way that you guys do it, right? It's just like on the go when you're free, send him an idea or he sends you an idea and then you just kind of go from feeling, right? And then you kind of finish and go from there.
exactly, and like for me, like I get really inspired by like watching TikToks. I hear all these sounds or like you know the 50-minute sounds, and then I find all these tracks, and usually actually starts out as a remix. If we get to the point where when we're feeling like okay this could actually be something, then we'll just slice off that a cappella and then we're trying to do something more original, right? Either we get a vocalist on it or we just release it as a instrumental. But I think for
That's very
most
good.
of the times, yeah, remixes like the easiest way to start like the creative session, the creative process, right? I
Yeah.
would say.
I was chatting with a producer yesterday and he was telling me if he doesn't have a vocal, he finds it really, really hard to move a track forward. He's just like, bro, like I feel like I'm blind if I don't have a vocal, right? So is that also how you feel sometimes without, you say you start with the remix, right? So obviously the vocal gives you a reference. If you don't have that vocal, is it more difficult to finish something?
I would say no, no. I wouldn't say it's easier. I think like the on the other way around, it's it's harder because like let's say you started with a vocal and your ears get used to it, then it's sometimes very hard to take that vocal away and then find a replacement that it's like on the same level. We have so many tracks that we have just laying around because like we can't find vocals that are at that level.
Yeah.
Um, so like at this point, we're like, okay, let's just release these remixes like unofficially, just to get them out there. But
Yeah.
to start doing like I would say like chords and stuff, I would say it's easier if you have an acapella on just to get that feeling. But for me, it's not like is super important or whatever, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have so many remixes, bro. How many remixes have kind of music played from you guys now? What's the number? I know the
Ooh.
last time I saw it was like 10 or something. I'm sure it's more now.
Yeah, yeah. I think total tracks. I think we're up at 14. Those some of those are originals, right? But like most of them are remixes. Some of these remixes also we got officially released. So that is like very nice
Yeah.
too. But yeah, we're
Congrats,
up at
man.
14, I think. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
What's the secret sauce, bro? What's the secret sauce? I mean, I think it shouldn't be this way. Maybe I shouldn't say shouldn't be this way, but it's almost like a lot of producers now that I speak to, right? They send me a track and it's like it's kind of music ready, right? And I find that so wrong because it's
Mm.
like, bro, you're just in the studio making music so that they can play it, but you're gonna lose yourself, right? Because I think if they play your track 5 times and then I don't know, that's gonna get really, really old, and then you're not gonna really know who you are and what your sound is, right? But for you, how do you find that balance, my guy?
I mean, what I always tell people is like never be dependent on anyone else than you. You know what? Because like exactly like you said, kind of music, they'll pick a song up, they maybe blow it up, they play for a couple of months, and then they're gonna stop playing it, right? And then it's like, oh, what happened with that one? So I think like for up and coming producers or like just the mindset is to try to do it yourself, blow it up. Don't produce for anyone else. Like if you have decisions to be made, like I don't even ask people for feedback anymore. Like I can ask because I have Oliver too, it's maybe easier. But like if I like something, I'm just gonna go with it. I don't care if that decision makes, let's say, someone from kind of music not gonna play, you know. I don't care. Like I'm very like I do this for me, and I think if you do that that way, that you're making music for yourself, even if today is not that period where your breakthrough is or whatever. I mean, because you have to think about it. We've done music for like 14 years. We tried the whole progressive house thing, didn't work out. We tried the deep house stuff, didn't work out. And then we finally moved into this space and like we've never been more satisfied with what we're doing, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of works. I think it's like it has to come from here. Otherwise it's gonna be fake and you're gonna end up doing it for a period of time and then you're gonna like want to jump in the river or whatever, you know? It's like, you know?
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
No,
Chill
no, no,
out,
don't
chill
do
out, chill
that.
out.
Sorry,
But
bro.
bro, listen, I mean, I think it's very interesting, right? Because I think a lot of people don't know that you've been in the industry for 14 years. I didn't know that, right? So I think it's very important to tell people that patience is key, and you've got to really, sorry, you've got to really go through the process. You've got to really be patient, right? And understand that it takes time. You don't just start. I mean, sometimes it happens for some people, right? You got to be really, really lucky to just make a track and tomorrow it blows up. But that's like what, one in a million cases, right? So
Yeah.
it really takes a long time. But also, I think, you're talking about, I think when you were talking, I thought, yeah, this guy obviously now is confident in his sound, but it takes time to build that confidence, right? Was there like a point in time when you thought, you know, I've got my confidence now and I don't need to ask for feedback anymore. I can just go with it.
You know what? To be honest, I think what has changed for us is that I'm doing all these shows now, right? So I got my own platform to take those songs that we make and play it for bigger crowds, right? I mean, we were in that position where we didn't play and we had to rely on people, and I think you kind of have to do that unless you're doing social media and you're really good at it and can, put your music out that way. But I think you always have these levels that you have to go through. Like the first is always to get all these DJ support right, and then you get the connections, you start learning, like meeting people and engaging, and then eventually, like where I'm at right now, a lot of people don't like me because I don't send my stuff like around a lot because you also know like stuff gets really it gets
Leaked, yeah.
leaked. Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
major
yeah.
issue and whatever. But it's like because I have because I'm very blessed right now to have the platform where I can play stuff out, record that, put it on social media. It's good content. It's really nice. But yeah, I think you have to get to through all these different steps, right? And you have to like
You've got to put in
kind
the
of
work, bro.
you have to put in the work. You have to work with what you have. Either you're gonna like look at all these people and I hear so many people complaining about, oh, what does this DJ get these gigs, and like what does this guy takes his shirt off, why is he getting all the shows, like, but people don't understand these guys are they're doing the work. You can't just be a producer today and sit here and make music and roll your thumbs and think things are gonna happen. It's
Yes,
not.
sir.
You you have to do the whole 360 thing. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. You have to do it. There are no shortcuts. And like you said,
Yeah.
you have those like one in who knows, one song on TikTok and then all these managements and agents pick you up. That's really nice if that happens to you. But it's like, yeah, don't count on it, you know?
It doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. I think as you say, it takes time. You got to put in the work. Yes, there are some DJs that a lot of people don't like and they see on TikTok and they wonder why is this guy successful? Why is he getting gigs? Why is he getting so many views, right? But we're literally only seeing 15 seconds of what this guy is doing, right? We're not seeing, you know, all the previous 10 years of them putting in work, of them sending emails, of them, just grinding to get to where they are, right? So it's easy for people to judge and be on their phone and comment, right? But at the same time, like it's life is completely different, right?
True, and I mean also like we have these tools out there. Like it's like today it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to go out and do these videos and put them out. And some of these guys like they've cracked the code and they're abusing it. And like why not? Of
Yeah,
course,
you
be
have to. You
smart.
have
Be
to.
smart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, stop complaining. Get to work instead, you know? That's how it
Also,
is.
it's confidence, though. Also, it's confidence. I mean, you say some people don't like you. I'm sure there's two sides to that. I think you mentioned the fact that you don't send your music out, but also I think when you are confident in your content, a lot of people are like, "Oh, this guy, he thinks he's hot right now." Like, who does he think he is? And I get that sometimes as well. When I'm posting too much or if I'm doing something that it's a bit too much out there. But you know, at the end of the day, you know why you do it. You know why. You know what you believe in, and you know who you are, right? So I think it's very important to cut out the noise. How do you do that, bro? How do you kind of stay focused and let people talk and fuck everyone else?
You know what? I mean, the only thing I cared about in the beginning was when I started making content. And then I was like very insecure about, putting my face out there and people like, oh, this is cringe or whatever. Then I got to the point where I'm like, I really didn't care because like you see it's starting to work, you're
It
gaining a
works.
lot of things, but like confidence wise as well, if I'm gonna go back to the music, I can't lie. I mean, because we had the support from all these big DJs, of course it gives you confidence, right? Because it's like otherwise, what's gonna be your feedback? Like what is gonna be your how do you say the
Yeah, confidence builder. You don't really have
yeah.
that. Yeah, I see what you mean.
You know what? You have to have some of these things happen to you maybe to
Support.
understand also that, oh, I'm actually doing something good. Because I mean it's very trivial, I feel. So, but like at this point as well, I have so much things I have to focus on. Like I don't even have the time. And it doesn't bother me. I met this guy 2 weeks ago and he was like, yeah, I filter out like all these bad comments on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm like, why, bro? Keep them there. They're just boosting the algorithm for you. I love haters. Please put all these negatives comments. You
Bro,
guys are helping me out, You
I'll
have
tell
to
you
see it
what.
that way.
I've been blessed to go viral a few times, But the times that I went viral, bro, is when I've got the most negative comments. When the haters are up there. I promise you, bro. When there's like millions of views, is like the haters with all the fucking likes. And that's what it takes, right?
Yeah.
There was a something that I saw this week, and it said embarrassment is the way in, right?
Hmm.
Embarrassment is the price of success. Like you gotta be embarrassed. You gotta get embarrassed to sit at the table with successful people, right? That's what it takes. So yeah, man. I think that's kind of the lesson today. You know, it's just to kind of do your thing. Don't be afraid of the haters, and just be yourself.
I mean, if you don't have haters, you're probably doing something wrong.
That's
Let's
a
just put it
fact.
like that. Let's just put it like that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay, my guy. Let's talk about quickly your track Drift. Yeah, bro. Before I play it, I'm gonna let you go now. But before I play it, give us set it up for us. What can we expect? What do you love about this sound? Why this sound? And yeah, anything else that people should know?
I mean, if you listen to this kind of style me and Oliver makes, like the music we make, it's very sexy. This is like this track signifies. You say that signifies? Uh, are all the years we did an open format when we played everything from like open, we played dance hall, reggaeton, everything from those years was put in this track. We wanted to get that sexiness in a track that was like Afro house and whatever, and we did. And I think when we had that version that was like playable, I told Oliver like Adam Port is 100% gonna play this track. This is what I said. Like I already knew,
Yeah,
and I sent it to him, and he was like, "Dance hall? I love dance hall," and I was like, "Me too." And then
vamos.
the next show, boom! I met him in Copenhagen when he played it. He opened with it. That was insane to be present
Done.
there and see live. Amazing, absolutely amazing. One of my favorite tracks.
Yeah. No, I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. I think being in London, this type of sound really works here, and it's really part of the culture. So I think it's a track that's really gonna move crowds and create some good moments. So yeah, brother. Well done. Thank you for giving us another hit. And we'll chat soon, my bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Take care, huh?
Peace. All right.
Peace.
Yeah, man. Super cool guy. Super cool guy. Love everything that he's doing, and I've been playing a lot of his tracks in my sets. If you don't know about Vidojean and Oliver, now you know. Time to catch this wave. Time to catch this vibe. Drift, Vidojean, Oliver Lowen, TJ out this Friday, August 1st on Warner Music US. Let's do it. Exclusive.
on killer. As I move, as I rock, as I sip liquor. Move, you quick, keep up, yeah, stop, drop, quicker. Make a dance, couple time, girl, I take my picture. I bet me turn up in your miss up. One over this, don't turn up over this up. See a hot girl, me a call her hello. If you see the guy dance, then the place get mellow. Hear me a tell her, so me do me thing, change the public, stick me enemy, then me and the super thing. Camera, action, flip, when we outside, lock, bring it building.
Another hit. But I do hope that you guys take some time to listen to our conversation and take some time to really absorb what we're saying. I think there's some really, really cool nuggets in there, some really cool information that was shared by Vidojean. Vidojean, great guest on this interview, great guest on this video, and of course, great producer, great provider of today's vibes. Shout out to Oliver Lowen, shout out to TJ Drift, Warner Music US, August 1st. Let me know in the comments. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You know what I think. This is all the way up. Vibe. You know what time it is, man. This is manutrackids. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Shout out to Vidojean for coming on. Oliver Lowen, TJ Drift out this Friday. Peace.